The only type of bun I want in my oven is an ensaymada. It's a Filipino sweet brioche-style bread that I'm gonna fill with some ube and maca puno. Come to think of it, those names are kind of cute if I wanted the other types of buns in my oven. It starts off by making the dough. It's a very simple one to make, basically like a brioche. So you need some all-purpose flour, sugar, this is on the sweet side, salt and yeast. This is just active dry yeast. Give that a good whisk. Now for the wet ingredients, some eggs, melted butter, and super warm milk. This is heated to about 115 degrees. And gradually add the wet ingredients into the dry bowl while stirring it up. Just mix it up until it becomes a rough dough. It's gonna be on the sticky side, so don't worry about it. Like many of the Philippines' cultural influences, this type of bread was influenced by the Spaniards. Now their ensaymada is more on the savory side and it's made with pork fat. This is the sweeter version. Both the Filipino and Spanish versions are perfect meriendas or afternoon snacks. I like to call them afternoon delights. The dough is coming together at this point. I switched over to my hand and I'm just gonna transfer it to a floured surface. And I'm gonna knead it for about 10 minutes until it's nice and smooth. And there you have it, a nice smooth dough. Just place this in an oiled bowl and cover it up and let it rise for about 1 to 2 hours. Now let's work on the filling. There are many different variations. You can leave it plain if you wanted to, but I'm gonna use a filling of ube jam and maca puno. Now maca puno is coconut, and it's just the coconut meat with sugar. Now you can buy this jarred at a Filipino specialty store or an Asian market, or you can make it yourself. And some ube jam. Now this is purple yam that's cooked down with milk and sugar, something you can make yourself or get in the store. What I'm gonna do is combine the two in a bowl and make a sweet spread. Here is our dough, nicely risen. And now to do my favorite part, punch that shit down. Do a second one. Lightly flour my surface. Remember, it's quite a sticky dough. Just turn it out. Just roughly shaping it to a little ball because I'm gonna divide it into 8 even balls. First divide it into half. Then cut these halves into halves. And repeat until you get 8 even pieces. Oh, I love the feeling of this dough. It's so soft, nice supple ball. I'll just roll this out into a log shape and slightly flatten it with a rolling pin. Now this next step is kind of like making a cinnamon roll. Take the filling, just a little bit of it, and spread it out. Just mainly in the center. Then roll it up lengthwise to pinch it closed. Give it another little roll. Take one end and just start coiling it up like this so that the end of the other tip ends up right underneath. And there's your little bun! And immediately place it down on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Last one. I love this purple color. Coil it. Then just cover them up and let them rise for another hour. Now these are almost ready to go in the oven. Before that, give them a good egg wash. This is just an egg with a little bit of water. Make sure you get it all around, and this is gonna help it get nice and golden. This goes into the oven at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. Look at these golden beauties. It smells so freaking good in here. Now all we have to do is add the toppings. First is a layer of softened butter, Then sprinkle on some granulated sugar. Now this might sound weird, but some cheese in the form of grated white cheddar. It's a nice savory touch to balance out the sweetness. And there you have it, Filipino ensaymada with ube and macapuno. Let's take a look at the inside. Oh, it's nice and soft. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it smells so good. Oh yeah, soft, a little sweet, milky and buttery. And with that cheese on top, seals the deal. Is the best kind of way to be salty.